Good morning, everybody. How is everybody today? Hope your day is going well. Oh, excuse me, thick in the throat there. Let's see, what are we doing today? Trying to find two dead deer, and honestly, wondering why my desktop audio doesn't seem to be working. That's interesting. I hope it's... Oh, I know what I didn't do. Let me fix my audio. Yeah. I forgot when I was recording the intro yesterday, I excluded the sound so I didn't have to do anything too complicated. There we go. Once again, my professionalism comes to the fore. So, where was I again? Yes. Yesterday I went hunting. I actually shot 5 deer, recovered 3 of them. 2 of them ran off into the wild blue yonder, and I've been making attempts to try and find them when the weather sort of permitted, which it hasn't really. So that's probably the first thing I'll be trying today. Anyway, so let's see if anything can be improved. And the first thing Mackenzie's going to say is...
I might have to drop some gear.
He might not drop some gear. And the weather is not cooperating. Good morning, little nugget. How are you doing? Now I'm just making sure everything is working. Yes, it seems to be. Okay, I've almost got deer hides sorted. Well, not too bad. As you might have noticed, I got the intro for The Long Dark done. Look at me, I'm a professional. Ooh, nope, not going anywhere in this. Didn't actually think I'd have the intro done today, but I woke up early, so seeing as I already had the recording that I wanted, I just needed to put in the intro music. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, you don't have to worry. You'll get to see something similar when I do the intermission. Because I have intermissions now. Yay! If I can remember which button to press to activate it. I think it's Control F2. Ooh, yeah. While I'm not exactly going to talk about my exes, I do have 2 of them. So, actually, I still deal with my second ex-wife because we share a son, and it is moderately amicable, it has to be said. And my first ex-wife I have not heard of from in years, so I have no idea what's happening to her. Let's see. Oh, might as well eat something, I suppose. If in doubt, pro tip, eat before you drink water. Oh, ouch. Well, that's something that should have been sorted out during the splitting up process. And I just realized this is slightly higher than I prefer. That's better. Yeah, that works. Good morning, Pseudo. Oh, oh, well, that actually complicates matters, doesn't it? Oh, I have to brave the weather to get more food. Quick dash. And dash back in. I did make that bow yesterday, didn't I? What did I do with it? Probably ought to find out. Where's the... Ah, there it is. I will now probably go ahead and forget it, but we can't have everything. When I leave, don't let me forget this, and this, and this, and this, and those, and everything else. Oh, ouch. No, I didn't even know you had an ex, to be honest. And I think this is the first time you've mentioned her. What am I doing? Oh, so the breakup is fresh. Ouch. Okay, I need to fix that. I can wait a bit on fixing that. That's good. I technically need a new moose. Okay, I need to repair some stuff. Those I know I need to fix. Okay. Everything is needing repair. Okay. That's good. Those are still good. Yeah. Kinda do need a moose. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh about the moderation. You have to remember, I do like to try and keep this friendly so that if people under the age of 18 are watching, you know. I mean, I actually started this channel as being for, as they say, for kids. I actually don't like the word kid. But anyway, I did actually start the channel as being for young people. It didn't make any difference. So I stopped doing it. But I still try to keep it suitable for everybody. Which is why I don't tend to swear. Plus it's useful practice. Oh no, I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. Let's see. What else do I need to do? I've got water. I don't need to do anything there. Nope. Nope, nopey nope. What have I got to do today? I do know I want to go try and find those 2 deer I shot yesterday. I'll give that probably one more shot if I can get some decent weather. I probably ought to eat some fish because to keep my vitamin C in balance. Hopefully I'm not in danger of cabin fever. I've spent enough time outside that shouldn't be a problem, but you never know. Good thing about this place is the workshop is outside, so if you're working on a long project, that hopefully sorts out the issue with cabin fever. Where's my other bearskin? Ah, there it is. You know what? I might as well, even though it's a bit early. Let's fix this. I'm going to do something I have never done before. I'm going to use fishing tackle to repair this. Well, that works. Does it use the entire fishing tackle? Yes, I think it does. No, I don't think it did. I think it used parts of it. Not sure. Not certain about that. I probably ought to make some line while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let's make some fishing line. Oh, I can't, can I? I think I need to be at a... Yes, I need to be at a workstation, and I'm not going out in this weather to a workstation. So we'll put it straight back. I could make some prepared rose hips, you know, just in case. Do I have anything else I should make? I don't think so. I got bandages, don't I? I do have I always have bandages. Yes, I got bandages and everything else I need, so I can look at that. So here we are again, looking out at a blizzard. With nothing else to do. Don't know why I've still got this. I keep forgetting that's there. I'm now stuck for conversation. I could talk about scumbags on the internet. Well, on YouTube. Can't remember if I've talked about mountains of lava. Have I talked about Mountains of Lava? Mountains of Lava is a YouTuber with about 8,000 subs who delights in finding people's Minecraft servers and griefing them. Have I talked about him? Or that community, in fact? I probably have at some point. We'll talk about that for a bit. It's one of the reasons there is a toxicity to the Minecraft community. And server griefers are very definitely a part of it. And I first ran across them after I worked up a server for my son and I to play on. And I thought I'd implemented the whitelist. The whitelist is a bunch of people who are allowed to come on the server. Anybody who's not on the whitelist can't come on the server. I thought I'd implemented that. Turns out I hadn't. So logged onto the server one day and found out that the main base had been... when I found out the main base had been blown up, which was disturbing. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. Someone has come into your private place and damaged it deliberately, willfully, maliciously, etc. My son was quite upset because this person had killed one of his pet dogs. We did actually think about continuing the game regardless. But because I'm an ex-software engineer, systems engineer, I had a backup. So in the end, I just deployed the backup, which cost me 2 days of work, which only took a couple of hours to replace, because having done it once, I could do it much faster the second time. And my son was much happier because he got his dog back. And that's when I started realizing there's a community out there whose hobby is finding other people's servers and griefing them. And they can do worse, but that particular bug has been patched and I don't want to give anybody ideas. So I ended up having about 4 different people attempt to come on and grief my server, all of whom made it on the blacklist. At least one of those servers had been previously banned from another server for trying to implement a Java vulnerability, because you can track these people to some extent. So that's my background. So if you have your own server, implement a whitelist for heaven's sake, and make sure you have at least a daily backup. That way the damage will be restricted. So, like I say, there's this community, and both my son and I experienced, when he ran his own server, we both experienced people attempting to connect who weren't anybody we knew. And in the end, we fixed that by changing the, is it gate ID? Change it from default, and the problem went away. So that you got IP address : followed by a gate address. I think it's called a gate address. If you change, and Minecraft has a default, and I can't remember what it is, so I changed the default. And suggested my son do the same thing, and I think we both found at that point no more problem with people trying to hack our servers. Well, moving on, there is this YouTuber, and he's still out there, called Mountains of Lava. And he makes YouTube videos about going onto other people's private servers or public servers and griefing them. That is, basically destroying their work. Now, if you've got a backup, this can be dealt with. But having a backup is a bit like having insurance and you're burgled. You know? Yeah, you've got the insurance, house insurance, and you can get recompense for the stuff you've lost, stuff you've had broken. A backup is a bit like insurance for that. It's not a precise analogy, but you get the point. Anyway, so this guy has developed tools. He's got a YouTube channel. I think he's got a Discord. I think he's got stuff out on GitHub, all designed to get into other people's servers and then smash them. And I'm sorry, but that is a real scumbag thing to do. Any of the people, if I ever find out, I mean, if I was in a situation where I was hiring somebody, if I found out that, you know, someone's real name and that person came for a job interview, say, I wouldn't employ them. As far as I'm concerned, if that's what their idea of fun is, I don't want them anywhere near anything I'm doing. And the thing is, I don't know technically if it's legal or not. I got a suspicion that it's actually technically illegal. But I have not heard of any of these people actually suffering consequences for what they do. And like I say, it's quite a community out there. of people who think this is funny or clever. And like I say, if I ever find out I'm dealing with somebody who thinks that kind of thing is funny or clever, I'm not having anything to do with them. If that's what they do, for fun in their own time, I wouldn't trust them any further than I could throw them. And I wouldn't be able to throw them that far because, I don't think my son could. My son's much stronger than me because he's a gym rat. But nonetheless, you would think, I mean, this same guy, Mountains of Lava, has done this with some fairly public servers. Tommy Innit is a big deal in the Minecraft community. Young man, can't remember how old he is. He's been going since, I don't know, he's early to mid-teens. And he did in fact trash Tommy Innit's server. I assume Mr. Innit did in fact have a backup. But if I had been Tommy Innit, I'd have sued the guy if I could find him. Because that's malicious damage. And you may think, well, yeah, come on, it's only a game. Well, let me put it this way. If somebody broke into a company's database and trashed it for fun, that's crime. Well, Minecraft data is a database. Someone's come in and trashed your database, so it should be a crime. It's a cybercrime. Now, I'm not necessarily going to say these people should end up in prison, but they certainly ought to be fined. They certainly ought to be banned from using a computer for some significant time, and Mojang should ban them as well. The problem with that is there's ways around it, but yeah. And because I've run across stories where a griefer has gotten onto a private server run for a father and son. Actually, I think the server was almost a memorial for his dead son. And some guy got on there and griefed it, and this poor fellow didn't make a backup, because it's not necessarily something that people do. So think of the emotional distress that caused. My son was upset because this scumbag, whose name I can't remember, and I'd have to go look at my blacklist, had done this and killed his dog. My son was, how old was he at the time? 11, 12, something like that? So, one reason for staying away from the Minecraft community, if you make yourself too obvious, there's going to be some scumbag out there who's going to want to come along and slap you down. Actually, I've seen that done on Minecraft forums, where some new player comes along and has some... Hey, Danny. Yes, you did. Oh, hi, Brent. Sorry, I saw your comment. I didn't realize it was you. I was talking about scumbags who grief Minecraft servers for fun, and the emotional damage they can cause, and how they ought to be sued and banned from using a computer for, I don't know, 5 years, or going online for 5 years. I needed something to talk about, because I've had nothing but Blizzard since I started up. But yeah, no, I've seen a certain level of toxicity just on Minecraft forums. Minecraft, a game which is arguably aimed at younger people, but which appeals to a broad age range. But there's no need for that. You don't want to... Why slag off some new players asking a fairly straightforward question? Why slag them off? And why is it Minecraft that seems to attract these people? From what I can gather, Sky Children of the Light doesn't seem to have quite the same problem. Say doesn't seem to. My son tells me that No Man's Sky doesn't have that problem. From what I've observed, it's a fairly positive community. Palia does have some toxicity to it, but it's manageable, I suppose. Warframe. Granted, I'm not a part of the Warframe community, but so far it's been fairly pleasant. Well, like I say, Brent, tell him to A, implement the whitelist on his server, and B, make a daily backup. And if he does get griefed, he can simply restore from a backup. A backup is your best protection. Daily backup. And if it's, depending on how public the server is, more regular backups. Never underestimate the importance of a backup. I have been, the advice I've seen essentially is implement the whitelist so that only approved players can get on. Make a backup. I've been told that griefers well, if there's a whitelist, that makes it much harder for them to get on. And I do seem to recall that they will avoid servers that do have a backup. But I don't know how they know if there's a backup. Because of course what they want to do is seriously inconvenience, distress and harm people. And if a server owner doesn't have a backup, then that's going to cause more distress. And backing up a server's easy. It's literally copy paste. At least it isn't vanilla. I don't know about Bedrock. I've tried Bedrock on a tablet. I didn't like it. But it's literally a case of copy a bunch of files. It's easy to do. What day is my long dark run? 460 odd, I think. I'm coming up to 500 days. And there is... Ooh, that's promising. Let's see if it actually tells me. 467 so far. Excuse me. Right, it'll be freezing outside, but let's have a look. Oh, it's not too bad. And I can hear crows. I think it might be worth a quick trip. Or should I wait until the weather warms up a bit? It's very early. I do have water now. Yes, I do. Oh, this is, I mean, my long dark efforts are practically amateurish compared with many. How many hours have I total played the game? Yeah, 370 hours total game time. Not in this run, although most of that is in this run. But Anna, who some of you may have seen, I think she's got thousands of hours. Bubba has thousands of hours. There's one fella has 11,000 in-game days. And I think he's playing an interloper or stalker. I don't know, so... Well, I just realised I can take shelter in the float plane. So, in principle, if this weather keeps up, I might be able to find my missing deer. Oh yes, it's getting cold out here. Alright, so we'll head for the float plane. And then the deer both vanished off in that direction, so... And you can see this area is completely devoid of... Well, it would be devoid of deer anyway after the blizzard, so... Now, is that a wolf on the ice? Yes, it is. The wolf pack over there is back. I'm not sure whether to be reassured or threatened. Yeah, that was the region I came through the other day. And I was lucky that they weren't there. Oh, why do I get the feeling this weather is not going to do me any favours? You can get a long run with 272 hours. Why do I get the feeling... Yeah, without the crows, I have very little chance of finding those deer. And like I say, one of them vanished over there, and one of them vanished approximately there. So what we'll do is warm up a bit and see whether anything is improved. Yeah, I'm almost as new to the game as you are, Brent, to be honest. I mean, compared with many, you know. Both of us are beginners. Alright, let's just pass the time for an hour. We'll get warm. And we're in a full-blown blizzard! Wonderful. And here's how you get home in the blizzard. Follow the wing. Just go straight from the wing. And hope that the wolves stay out of my way. And I know I've said this before, this is always the nerve-wracking bit. Because you don't have a visual reference ahead of you, you've got no idea how close you are to where you need to get to so you can find your way to the next bit. And so there's always a little part of you that is saying, have I gone the wrong way? The blizzards in this are probably the most realistic part of the game. And as you all know, I once got lost in the... Oh, yeah, I'm in the right place. In the 10 or 20 meters. In principle, maybe. I have seen moose in the middle of a blizzard. I'm trying to remember if I've seen bears in the middle of a blizzard. I don't think you're supposed to find wolves in the middle of a blizzard. But
fingers feel numb.
I'm not going to make any assumptions about that. But I suppose one of the things to do is, if you are caught in a blizzard like
so
this,
cold in my life.
don't whatever you do panic, because you can survive a surprisingly long time with hypothermia risk. As I demonstrated in that famous or infamous live stream where I made my way back from the ravine to the coastal highway in the middle of a blizzard at night because I had forgotten my bedroll and I thought I was dead. Yeah, I haven't done challenge runs. It's pretty realistic. I mean, it's not realistic really in any way, shape or form, but it's pretty realistic. The Long Dark though does, Hinterland of course do have a disclaimer at the beginning saying this is not a survival tutorial. Don't implement in reality anything you've learned in this game, because you may end up dead. But yeah. As I think I said, I need to look up the title for that one where I did survive through blizzards at night with no sleep and all the rest of it. If you're in the game and you get caught in a blizzard, just don't give up. Oh, right. I want one of those. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Well, at least I can. At least I can fix my boots. Yay! And you can see the benefit of that. I'm up to 32 degrees weather and bonus. Oh, yeah. I might have to give it a try sometime, see how I feel about it. I mean, I'd assume winter mute, you don't get to keep going afterwards. I mean... Oh, which reminds me, winter mute Sunday morning. Won't be doing winter mute or any streaming tomorrow morning because I will be going to Manchester tomorrow morning. Very early, as is my wont. However, I'll tell you what, people. If I'm at 200 subscribers on Sunday, I will do a 3-hour winter mute live stream in the morning, and I will do a 3-hour Warframe live stream in the evening. That's the best I can do to celebrate 200 subscribers. Not much else I can do, to be honest. And trust me, 6 hours of streaming in a day is exhausting. I've done it before, but not in 2-3 hour sections. Well, at least I made it back in one piece. I need firewood, and I need fish. Oh, grief. I've heard of one trick to get bandages is to sacrifice your socks. Oh yeah, I did that in Wintermute. After the encounter, after the episode, What One Man Can Do, with the bear in the cave, my boots were ruined, and I didn't have boots at the trapper's cabin. Ended up having to walk from the trapper's cabin to the ranger's residence, where there was a pair of boots, basically in my stocking feet. I was not happy. Well, at least after the blizzard I'll have firewood to pick up. Yeah, it's not going to make any difference for me. Yeah. Let's see. Do I only have the one sewing kit? It doesn't matter too much. I've got gut, so I can make fishing line, I can get scrap metal, I can make hooks, so I can actually do without that. Do I have any? Oh, I do have another sewing kit. No, that's good. Wouldn't mind finding some birch bark, to be honest. Oh yes, I forgot I had 80 rose hips. Well, if anybody's seen my attempt at starting an interloper run, even when I am quite familiar with the map and I get to useful places, the big limitation to my interloper runs is no matches, no fire striker, nothing. Hey Adam. Yeah. Right. This is... I've got literally nothing else to do. I'm not mad keen. Oh, what the heck. No. If I try gathering firewood in this weather, I will, yeah, rapidly start freezing to death. Not advisable. But having said that, let me just check, because I might want to make some more hooks. Do have some scrap metal. Yeah, the best I could do in Interloper was yeah, you understand why that makes me shiver all over. The best I did in Interloper arguably was when I was in a place I wasn't aware, which was the Black Rock prison. Penitentiary, where I actually found flares and I was able to light a fire and make some water. That was the first time I think I'd done that. I've got water and I don't have firewood, that's the problem. I've got water, I've got food, I just need a bit of a break so I can gather some more firewood. I use the firewood, I don't think I've got firewood. No. I used the firewood cooking up 3 deer yesterday. Oh, I've got firewood down by the travois bundle, but I'm going to save that for the travois. Yeah, I've already suffered from frostbite once. That's why my health bar is not at max. I'd rather not take the risk. As entertaining as it might be. And don't forget, I'd have to spend an hour and a half chopping up a cedar branch or a fir branch. And yeah, no, I'm really not prepared to risk that. I've prepped rose hips. I can always prep some more. Here we go. I tend to take it a little bit more serious. I say seriously, that's not the right word, I apologize. When I first started playing this, if I'd been playing purely solo, I would have basically stayed in one area until I had completely denuded it of resources before moving on. That's what I would have done had I been playing solo, probably. But with encouragement, and because I'm live streaming, I was sort of encouraged. And from a purely exploration point of view, yeah, you know, worth doing. In reality, of course, if you're in this situation, if there's a risk, you have to manage the risk very carefully. Bear Grylls should not be regarded as a guide to how to survive in the wild. I do. Coastal Highway is pretty much my go-to. Yes, you could, couldn't you? Because you could collect fish from the... Yeah, yes. That is a problem. I mean, matches are obviously not a renewable resource. Your magnifying glass could easily become your only way of making fire. At which point you've got to really make sure, if you're in a situation like this, that you have enough water and enough food to get you through. Because, as everybody who has been in the Forsaken Airfield knows, yeah, this is practically normal weather. I think it was... Oh, he's not online at the moment. Yeah, one of my subscribers was telling me that he actually got stuck outside for 3 days here because of blizzards. And I can believe it. When I travelled here from the Forsaken Highway for the second time. Oh yes, yeah, that's I've heard of that particular tactic. I haven't had to use it, but yeah, but there's going to be a point in the game where you have to. I mean, it's the... You know, your fire strikers run out, your matches can run out. I don't think the magnifying glass... Yeah, no, I can easily believe you can. I would rather have a bow, though. Actually, yeah. I was gonna say, actually, I have an idea for doing a run where I only use the bow. But the problem is I like this run and I don't want to give it up. And by the time I'm dead in this, hopefully Black Frost will be out. And I can switch to Black Frost. Morning, Bubba! We were just talking about you. No, I think I've mentioned on Discord, I can't stream between 9 and 11 like I normally do, because I have undertaken, shall we say, a certain responsibility, which may last another week, hopefully no longer than that. But I'm often awake at 3 a.m, so streaming at 5 I can do. Oh yeah, no, I want the bushcraft though. Oh, and it's not insomnia, this is just me. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, so 2 o'clock in the morning this morning. In fact, I spent the first hour I was awake rendering the intro and intermission for this game. So if you saw my intro and intermission for Warframe last night, now I've done the same thing for the Long Dark. Yeah, I do want to get hold of the bushcraft bow, and that is definitely something I want to get. So, in fact, once I get tired of this place, I will probably head back to Coastal Highway to make trading much easier. Yeah, you told me last night. And yeah, Warframe, as I keep saying, it's great at making you personally, or me personally, look like I know what I'm doing. No, I haven't. I haven't done that. Oh, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, no, like I say, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm positively inept. And yet the game makes me look cool, which is really remarkable achievement for a game. You know? It does. It absolutely does. It took me forever to realize that the sword is the best weapon in the game so far. And the burning sword, which I happen to have, is really good. I'm tempted to say something like, "Welcome to the Long Dark, where Shards of Insanity rambles on about random subjects while we listen to the howling blizzard outside." Oh no, I've got 40 hours in the game. I've got absolutely no idea what some of it is. There is quite a lot of depth to the game, and I'll figure it out eventually, maybe, you know? There's not much I can do. I'm socked in by the weather. But at least I've got loads and loads of lovely meat. Yep. I've got nothing to cook. It's all cooked up. Yeah, this is my third meat curing box. Anytime I find 10 kilograms of salt, I make one of these. I have water. I don't have firewood that I want to use, so I'm just waiting for this to go away. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but as a one-off, I mean, right now in here, I've got enough to do another... yeah. Oh, absolutely. Totally. I can carry enough meat for days, and it doesn't weigh very much, whether it's on me or on the travois. Do I want to fix the travois? It's not damaged enough right now. Uh, hmm. Yes, I know, I did. I actually built this thing back at the main hangar in the airfield itself, and in fact, the woodworking station is still there. Yeah, no, I stuck it on the travoy and carried it away. Yeah, I'll have to bear that in mind. But I'm a big fan of the travoy. Yes. No, not really. The only reason it's the longest one ever is it's been going on all day, and it's not late enough for me to sleep. But, as I've apparently been talking for an hour in the middle of a blizzard, what I am going to do is my usual at this time. Everyone, stretch, rehydrate, go to the toilet. I will be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. So I will see you all then. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the intro music to The Long Dark. See, I'm almost getting professional. Right, what did I miss? Ah, yes, Brent, the travois. Very, very useful thing. You can carry most of a bear on it. If it's a large bear, you can't carry all of it, but if you kill a bear and quarter it, you can carry the bear away. 75 kilos of stuff. So I've started packing the travois with all the stuff needed to survive through a few nights if I have to. Where are we? No, but if you've got a travois, the meat curing box makes that much easier. The only place I know of at the moment to get salt easily is Coastal Highway. In fact, the first meat curing box I made, I used salt from Coastal Highway that I'd harvested. Yeah, I'm not modding the game. I don't want to do anything in the game that people can't do themselves. Oh, that's a good idea. I haven't thought about that. The trader, I mean, for salt. That's a good idea. Right, have I more or less caught up? I think so. Right. Help. What do I do now? Oh, hang on a second. I'm just going to check one thing. Sorry. Where's my mouse gone? Oh, there. I'm still at Forsaken Airfield. Yes, I'm on Drift Island. I wanted to build this, stuff it with bear, and it's a very useful place to kill the bear. So how many bear have I killed here? 4, I think. Is it 4? I've actually did try to go exploring, and then found out more or less. Oh, I found the salt in the hangar. Yeah, and I tend to stick with the only game that I will mod, but not so that it affects the gameplay, is Minecraft. Modding Minecraft performance makes a lot of sense. Yeah, thanks, Bubba. I know, and I'm going to ignore you, because if you think I'm hauling my way back somewhere in the middle of a blizzard, you're mad. I would like to get that cured. I could probably shoot another bear. This is the thing, I can actually really think of excuses to stay here. Well, yes, I may well have to do that. Sorry, it wasn't so much standing here waiting as chatting, really. Don't tell me I forgot food, did I? Oh my goodness. That's the first time I've healed my sprain risk in some considerable time. And yes, I seem to have forgotten to pick up enough food. But I am not about to go exploring in the middle of a blizzard, I can tell you that. Well, no, it's because I was overloaded. I will go and get some food from outside.
Too much stuff to carry.
I still want to know where the lights are around here. When I was over in that direction, looking this way, stuck out in the middle of the open, there was an aurora one night, and there were lights over here, which turned out not to be the float plane. Well, Bubba, this is what happens when you miss a month of live streaming. So there were lights over here, and I think there were lights over here as well. And none of it was the hut, and none of it was the float plane. That's not actually true, Adam. I've run across moose in the middle of a blizzard. And I'm pretty certain I've run across bear in a blizzard. So... So, yes, I think you don't... Well, that's true, yes. But again, there's a bear in that direction, and even if there's a blizzard, I don't want to encounter that thing unless I can shoot it safely. I think I've been there, haven't I? No, that's Junker's paddock. Jody's hovel is around here, I think. Yeah, I'm not down south though, am I? I'm up north. I'm here. So I would like to go along that direction. I think I've been there though. It's not far from the airfield. I think. So yeah, I would kind of like to go over in that direction. I've been around a lot of here, but yes, I think I've been there. There wasn't much point, to be honest. Oh. Still freezing out here. Alright. Oh, what the heck. Let's go see if I can find those deer one more time. One more time. I think I've got a chance of one of them. If I have to pay for it, I'm not getting it. Is that for Twitch or for YouTube? The plan is I'm going to dash to the float plane. Oh, there's ptarmigan over there. Hope the weather lasts out. See if I can find crows. Because I wouldn't mind the extra deer skin. Don't forget, people, all this is being done very much on the cheap. Well, unless I do something like put an ASMR together, at which point I have to download the soundtracks. I don't like leaving dead deer behind. I'm going to give it one more shot. I might be able to find one of them. Well, the wolves are back. You know, Bubba, I am going to ignore you when you start hassling me. Okay, good news. Crows. I've done part of one of them here. I can't remember which one it's called. Voices in the Void or something. Yeah, I've done the first part of that. Oh, great. I can say I've done the part at the airfield. Yeah, I got the radio and I fixed the transmitter. I did turn it on during an aurora, but I don't know why I did anything else. No. I have no idea what a free stick is. Oh, right. Oh, next time we have an Aurora, remind me and I'll try it. Doesn't look that far, does it, the airfield? I don't think I'm going to find crows in this weather. Oh, there's the hide. Yep. Yeah. Been to the spotters blind. Oh, brother. Yeah.
Can't feel my feet.
Didn't realize there was a wolf here. You don't want to do this, Mr. Wolf. You really don't. I mean, I've got no objection to shooting wolves. My wolf count something like a... What's my wolf count? 102? I definitely don't mind shooting wolves. I just sometimes prefer to leave them alone. I mean, come on, Bubba, you've seen me deliberately set up a fight with wolves because I wanted the fur, so... Oh, this is me calm, that's why I've got the revolver. Alright, deer or dead loss. I can always go back to the reloading bench. This isn't all the revolver ammunition I've got. I got a bunch back at Coastal Highway, I think. Where do you want me to go, Bubba? In all seriousness, I've got no supplies for a stay out at night. Why should I take the risk? If I'm going to take a risk, I'll fix the travois. What for? I mean, seriously, what does it add? Going back and turning this guy on. That would give me something to do. I want to get these bearskins cured. Where's my bearskin coat? It's back in Coastal Highway. Now let's warm up in the aircraft. Wow, it is deeply unpleasant out there. You're kidding me. Oh well. What would I do with a golden nugget in the game? I mean, a more pointless thing, it's hard to imagine. Oh! There's a deer back. Well, seeing as I want the deer skins, I guess we just have an impromptu deer hunt coming on. I've never been big on pretty things on a shelf. Computer systems that look awesome, absolutely, yes. Never really stayed anywhere long enough to settle down, to be honest. Never really wanted to, either. No. No, it's not a moose up ahead. It's a deer. But this is what I wanted.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Right. So I got a deer hide after all, which should be enough to... And you can see why I want deer hide. See, Brent, this is a very useful thing for the travois, because I don't smell. And you can still make fairly quick progress. And if the wolf is still safely dead, I can make it back up onto the island without a fight. Yeah, the only downside to the travois is there are places you can't go with it. That's one downside. So you may very well have to unpack it and then transport the stuff back and forth. The other downside is you do need to repair it fairly frequently, which means you always need deerskin and gut on it. Here I wear the insulation. I have the crampons, but here the insulation. Yeah, I've got the insulation. Crampons are pretty durable too, unless you have your foot chewed on. Interesting that this body vanishes after a while. My survival gear for the travois.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
And now I need firewood, but that's not the problem. Don't really need the fat because I've got nothing to do with it really, except make oil. Right, let's go and get firewood. And then I can make water, cook the deer, and so on and so forth. And there should be firewood out here, a positive plethora.
I need to drop something.
You need to stop complaining, Mackenzie. Despite Bubba's urgings, I've managed to keep you alive this long. Come on. There's normally firewood after a blizzard around here. Not today. Are you kidding me? There's always firewood around here after a blizzard. Don't need twigs. Twigs I have a plethora of as well. Nope, I don't need reminding. I give you and Anna credit whenever it comes up. I think. And I didn't exactly abandon it. I can't do the long dark all the time, that's ridiculous. So, there are practical reasons for not doing the long dark all the time. Which is why I now do Warframe. I might remind you, my first... it was Warframe in the morning that broke my concurrent viewers record. 140... I got 140 concurrent viewers in Warframe 5 o'clock in the morning one time. And that was my record for about 2 hours. And then I got 250 concurrent playing the long dark. So, yeah, no, I have to pick and choose what I do. That's only a branch. You know, there are certain practicalities. There is overlap between the Warframe community and the Long Dark community, but, you know, it makes sense to try and appeal to a few different... Hi, Sophie! How are you doing? Sorry, didn't mean to embarrass you.
Something's making me feel tired.
Oh, this is truly weird. No. Okay, I'm going to have to pick up the... I don't want to pick up the wood that I have set aside for the travois. But I might have to. Oh, what am I doing? I know what I can do with the meat. I'm going to stick it in the... I'm going to cure it. And that would make far more sense. Actually, now that I think about it...
All this gear is slowing me down.
It's a shame you can't cure the fat, to be honest. Yes, but I don't have anything to do with the oil because I don't have any flour. And everything... yeah, if I had flour, I would use it, but I don't have flour. And every recipe I think that needs oil needs flour, and I don't have any flour, so guess what? Because the oil you get from animal fat will solidify in the lantern. So you'd be carrying around a lantern full of solidified... I haven't had it happen. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I've not had any particular problem with predators while I've been in a snow shelter. That was tallow. Yeah, I grant you it's a similar sort of thing. But I don't remember the precise circumstances. But I can sort of see a problem. One of the things about one of the things I think about... Oh.
Something's making me feel really tired.
One of the things I remember about tallow as a... Oh, hang on. As a fuel, I think, is that the heat from the candle helps keep the fat liquid. If you've got a separation between the flame and the fat, then it wouldn't work. And in fact, you wouldn't be able to light it. So you've got a bit of a problem there. No, it's not. I don't think it's that simple. If you think about the mechanism for the kind of lantern we've got here, it needs liquid so that you can light it. Whereas if the fat had solidified in the reservoir, yet the heat might not get down to melt it so that you could fill it. I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if you could design a lantern to do it, but yeah, technically that's not oil. It would be solidified in the... You can make candles out of it. Actually, there's a thought. They should allow you to make candles out of it. Yeah. Not today, no. I've only got about 15 minutes left in the stream, so I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm sorry. If I end up stuck out in the middle of nowhere, I've got no way of saving the game unless I sprained myself, and I'm not about to do that. So, no. That's the kind of thing I would start at the beginning of a run. Or, sorry, at the beginning of a stream, or halfway through it. Absolutely fine, sure. But, well, okay, someone tell me how I can force a game save when I'm stuck out in the middle of nowhere. As far as I know, apart from a sprain, I can't do it. I mean, here, I can force a game save. Wonderful. Can't do that out. Yes, but you can't do that out stuck in the middle of the tundra. I mean, if I go outside here, right? I can't force a game save. See, outside I can't force a game save. Yes, I know, I've done that. I just demonstrated it. But if you have me trekking out again, if the stream ends, I typically have to stop playing the game to go and do other things. So You know, I mean, if somebody can tell me, I'm standing here right now, if somebody can come up with a way of saving the game precisely where I am, then yeah, actually makes then yes, I would be much more open to the idea of just packing up and starting now. But I can tell you, in the next 15, 20 minutes or so, I've got to get ready for other things today. So from a purely practical point of view, you know, I can't just stop. Well, I can't load in the middle of nowhere either, because again, I can't get a game save unless I get attacked by a wolf, suffer a sprain, something like that. Which again, can't do it. Yeah, no. See, can't force a game save. Well, yeah. Are we seriously telling me I've got no firewood out here? Because I do now need to replenish that. Yeah. Oh, do you remember? We actually made use of that once, coming down into the bleak inlet when I got stuck and couldn't move because I was trying to get through this way that looks like you should, and you get stuck. The only way I could get out of it was to escape and reload the game. So, yeah. I mean, if you are playing solo and you've got time on your hands, then
but I just can't sleep.
You know, fine. You know, you play on for another half hour till you get somewhere, and then you find a place to save. But like I say, I'm live streaming, so it does make a bit of a difference. I mean stuck, as in literally couldn't move. I could get into a certain position and then just couldn't get out of it. Kill 10 ptarmigans with arrows. 0.6% of players have this achievement. I just got that achievement. Yes. If in doubt, go hunting small game. I've got rabbit skins. Let's see. Another ptarmigan or two wouldn't hurt. Yes, I do. I have a surfeit of cloth at the moment. I have exactly 5 cloth, as it happens. That's not a valid shelter. It's not mine, and it's destroyed. Rabbits, if you're into self-sufficiency, rabbits are actually pretty good. They breed like crazy, they grow up fairly quickly. The skins are useful, the meat's delicious. Protein starvation isn't a problem under most circumstances, so, you know, there's... if you ever want a single animal to keep in your backyard for meat, a rabbit is a very good option. Better than chickens. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't differentiate necessarily between pets and, well, I say yes I do. Obviously I do differentiate between pets and food. But I had a pet chicken once and we ended up eating her. I mean, she wasn't technically a pet chicken, she was a chicken that I treated like a pet, and you know, she treated me like her favourite human. But we ate her anyway. Well, in a previous live stream I did repeat the speculation that it is animal husbandry and the emotional detachment that requires, or emotional dissonance, that contributed to humanity's ability to go to war. Yeah, this is ruined. It's not mine. This was here when I got here. Oh! I can still use it. I thought it had been destroyed. Well, I'm afraid sometimes when brutal practicality kicks in, alright, I know where I can get firewood. I know absolutely where I can get firewood, if I can just find my way down. Hurry back, Bubba. I'm probably going to be finishing this off fairly shortly. Yeah, here we go. I knew there was some around here somewhere. How come I can't chop that barrel down? Huh, it won't let me get this barrel. That's irritating. It's not actually there. Do I have any other barrels I can purloin? You don't want to say that, because in survival situations, people have done all of that. Two immediate examples I can think of are
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
the rugby team who crashed in the Andes, the survivors of the whaling ship Essex, the story of the Essex was somewhat retold in Ron Howard's movie Heart of the Sea, but it didn't really capture, I felt, the... It was not a movie that was sufficiently intense. The Essex, of course, went on to inspire Moby Dick. And the white whale, Moby Dick himself, was based on a real whale, apparently. But no, the whaling ship Essex, very famously, was sunk by an enraged sperm whale. And the survivors were cast to sea in open boats and resorted to eating each other. For which they were, I think they actually were taken to court over it, but they were not found guilty of anything. The most amazing thing to me about the whole thing is that the survivors, most of them, went straight back to sea. I have never eaten whale, and to be honest with you, it's one of those things I probably wouldn't casually do. Simply because of all the damage we've done to whale populations. Well, I've got enough wood for a while. Right. Yep. I actually have to now start thinking about what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day, because I've got things to do. So, thank you everybody for watching. No live stream tomorrow morning, because as I said, I have to go to Manchester tomorrow morning. I will almost certainly live stream tomorrow evening, but that will be Warframe. Sunday morning, 9 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, I will most likely stream Wintermute. And as I say, if I have 200 subscribers by then, and if anyone's interested, I'll do a 3-hour Wintermute. And if everyone's nice enough, I'll do a 3-hour Warframe in the evening. So that will have to be the best I can do for a 200 subscriber special, if I have 200 subscribers by then. Which seems possible, based on performance in the last few days. Otherwise, the next time we will see this particular run of The Long Dark will be Monday morning, probably at about 5 AM. My time, Greenwich Mean Time. Actually, I'm GMT +1, aren't I, at the moment? But if you're subscribed, you'll get a notification. So, thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope you all have a good day. Thanks for engaging in the chat. I do appreciate it. Everyone, sleep well. Of course, once I hit 200, the next goal is 500. I'm not doing a 300 and 400 subscriber special. The next one will be 500. And then I suppose 1,000. But that's way in the future. Anyway, you all have a good day. If I don't see you over the weekend, have a good weekend. Be excellent to each other. Be kind to children and animals. And I will see you all soon.